Supervise, it's your girl Jay Inez, and I'm here with the beautiful Mahala.
Hey, hey.
And we are at Washington Perk having some amazing hot cocoa. Do you like our hot cocoa?
Yes, it is amazing. You guys have to come out here and try it.
I have some chamomile tea because, you know, it's a little cold outside. My throat's a little scratchy, but it's okay.
It is.
It's okay. We're here to discuss an amazing event going down on February 2nd, which is the Black and White Art Show, and I am so excited. I was just telling Mahala how literally the show is buzzing around the city. Everyone at State is like super excited. It's something new. We've never really experienced anything like this bougie, but yet it was like Black artists for the culture. So, you know, we're really excited. But can you tell me a little bit about like how you started? You started in Winston.
Yes. Okay, so my family moved out here when I was a kid. I'm raised here. I started to get into art about 2-3 years ago while I was living in Winston Salem, and yeah, this is my home. This is my home. I did move away for better opportunities, but this is still my home. So I was coming back home and I was like, I need to work when I come home. How am I gonna get some work? So I was like, throw a show, you know? And then everything kind of started out small, and then it just grew and grew and grew. And yeah. So in Winston-Salem State, I can always give them props. They're always supporting me. My sister and mom graduated from there too. So yes. So shout out to Winston-Salem State too, because on social media too, they're always helping me. You know, the students are always doing that, and that's a small community. So yeah,
like, and so now she's in LA. So as a mass comm student, I feel like I'm a person that's gonna have to move, right?
You have to.
I can't just say North Carolina. I'm comfortable here, but I need to move. So was it scary moving to LA? Like, what was your biggest fear? Were you excited?
Not to talk down on Winston, but you really, North Carolina in general, this isn't an art-based state. So even the few art things here, you can't grow the way you could to your full potential out here. You can grow, I'm not saying you can't, but you know, to your full potential, and it's so essential to be around other creatives. So the move was actually completely spontaneous. I was with a friend talking. One of my friends already lived out there, and he was like, I want to move, and I was like, okay. And he was like, when do you want to go? I was like, when do you want to go? He was like, let's go in a week. So we packed our stuff up. We had extended it like 5 more days, and we moved in like 10 days. Like completely spontaneous. Now I was already a full-time artist, so I was able to like transition to LA and just sell my art online, but yeah, it was completely spontaneous. But
10 days.
10 days, maybe 11. But you know,
for travel.
Yeah. So I mean, everything happens for a reason though, because everything in LA has just really worked out. So you know, I'm not saying it hasn't been hard, it's been hard, but everything's worked out, and just being around creatives all the time will make you more creative and extend your knowledge, and that's honestly how I'm able to throw a show. I don't think if I still lived here I would have been able to throw a show, but now that I've been to LA and doing all the shows, I've been able to. So I would definitely recommend everyone really exploring LA, New York, even Atlanta, the bigger cities though, because you can learn stuff and bring it back to the smaller cities. So yeah.
So let's throw it back a little bit.
Okay.
So when did you start painting, and why did you start painting?
Okay, I was working at Chili's like we were talking about. I was like serving, hosting. Honestly, I was doing nothing with my life. My mom was like, you better be in school. So she had me at Forsyth Tech, but I've never been a college student. Like, it wasn't for me. So she had me in school. I hated it, but she was like, you have to stay in school. Yeah. That's the only way you'll be successful, you know? And so I actually started drawing. That's where my erotic art comes in. I kind of started just drawing naked woman, like body positive art, and I started on social media posting it, and I got hype. And I was like, wait, people are retweeting my art. Am I talented? You know, because I didn't know what I was doing. You know, when you're not doing anything, you don't know if you're even good at anything. So I actually had like low self-esteem. I didn't know what I was doing. So I started getting good feedback from my art, and then I posted it more. And then finally I was like, I'll try to sell it. So I did like a $5 drawing, and someone bought it. And I was like, wait, people will spend $5? And at the time I thought that was a huge deal, you know? Yeah. And so then quickly it was 5, 10, and then I just grew and grew and grew. And once you start selling stuff, you learn so quick. And I messed up all the time. I had customers cussing me out. I didn't know how to ship stuff, you know, but you learn so quick. So that's really how it started. And it was just, once again, it was kind of like maybe part of, I don't know, God's plan, whoever's plan for me, because everything's just worked out after that. So.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. Super strategic, right?
Yeah, for sure. So I feel like what's meant to be always happens for you. What's for you is always for you.
For sure.
So, yeah.
So with your art, like, what inspires you? Like, I look on your Instagram and I see a lot of women, and I think, of course, I think women are the most beautiful things.
Yes.
But like, what inspires you? What inspires the art?
So that's a tricky question because I feel like everyone wants a deep answer, like, you know, I wake up and I see this, you know, and it's not like that.
I saw it in a dream.
Some artists, it really is like that, and I think once I get to a certain point in my career, it will be like that, but
Right.
I'm not there yet. So I love doing portraits and I love drawing people. I love drawing women. I find women the most beautiful thing in the world, so a lot of that is that, and I also believe you should be free in your sexuality, so just showing women can be open and free, and it's not a bad thing, and expressing it through art.
Absolutely.
So that's part of it. And then I like to travel, so culture, I love bright colors. So, you know, like Latino culture, my family's Caribbean, so Caribbean culture is some of my inspiration, but it's nothing too deep.
Right.
Yeah.
Just kind of like what you feel, right? Okay.
And and I create from like emotions too, so if there's emotional stuff going on, my best work usually comes out. So yeah, that's kind of it.
So all of this kind of transcribed into you being this big star. Well, I mean, that's what we feel like. You're like, man, you're dope.
Stop.
If you look at her Instagram, y'all, so we're going to put that down in the chroma key. If you look at her Instagram, I mean, she's drawn pictures of the entire cast of The Real. That's Lonnie Love. That's Tamara, which we all love, sister. That's Adrienne Bailon, and then that's Asian.
I always forget her name.
Jeannie Mai.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes, and then the babies.
Yes.
And then you have Kofi, and then you have Kevin Hart, and then it just keeps going and going and going. So what would you tell artists that want to go out there and, you know, promote themselves? And
So I'm now starting to teach classes and stuff too, and literally my only advice is reaching out. And this sounds crazy because I was doing some of this stuff, this celebrity work, before I learned this, but reach out, because they say, you know, the odds are 1 every 10 person will say yes. I think I'm learning the odds are 5 out of every 10 person will say yes.
Wow.
You know, it's just really reaching out, and once you start reaching out to people, you don't care if they say no, because you're reaching out. So the last 6 months especially, I was like, I want to be a celebrity artist, so I reached out. And you have to put in the work. Don't think it's not work, you know. You have to reach out, you have to contact people, but I would really say the key to success is just being active. It doesn't matter necessarily what you're doing or what you want to do, but actively pushing towards it and reaching out. I really think anyone can be successful if you reach out. You know, if you want to work for a restaurant, go in the restaurant, talk to them, reach out, can I work here? Hit 10 more restaurants, you know? If you want to interview a celebrity, find their agent, find this, find that, and reach out consistently, you know? And you should be reaching out so much, you don't care if this person says no and then this person's saying yes, so you're doing it with them while you're reaching out to them. Like, it should never stop, you know? And so people say no. I've had a lot of celebrities say, I don't like your art, you know? But it doesn't matter, because I'm like, they liked my art, you know, because I'm reaching out. So that's really what I'd give advice. Like, and it's really simple. Just keep being consistent and reach out and put in the work, you know. You will see results. So
do you reach out and then they like tell you like come to the show, or do you just go to the show and be like, hey, look, this is what I have?
So it's a combination of both. Connections is key. So, and don't think that's like, people always be like, it's who you know. No, I didn't grow up knowing these people, you know. I reached out and formed relationships with them. And so my best friend, she is an actress, and we've worked on forming relationships with other actors and actresses. And then some is reaching out. A lot of people don't know, for The Real, I showed up with paintings. I emailed them all this, and I was like, here, you guys go, you know. And literally that was the first time I ever did celebrity art, and all of them reached out to me, and they've hung up the art, they've shouted me out, and all of that. So stuff happens, and once again, that's reaching out and putting in the work. They could have said no too, and you have to be ready for that, you know. You might work for no, but so it's a combination of both. Some of the other times I'm in those elements in LA, so that's why I say where LA is important too. If you want to be with celebrities, you got to move to LA. There's no other place, you know. So you can't say you really want to be a celebrity artist and live in North Carolina. It doesn't happen like that. So you have to know where you want to live too. But see, now that I'm out of celebrity art, it's not even my passion anymore. So it's like, what's next, you know? So
So what is next?
What is next? Definitely throwing shows. So as you guys, we were talking about, I'm throwing this show. I want to help people, you know. I'm at the point in my career where I'm making enough money, and I've done the celebrity art. I live in LA, but I want to get bigger. I want to help artists. I want to bring other people in to appreciate art, you know. So that's what's next. That's what's next. And I don't know how that's going to happen, where it's going to take me, and I'm ready to travel. I want to travel, So this year I'm trying to hit Africa. I'm trying to go to Nigeria. I think that's what's next. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're starting off good. Like I said, you have a really, really good buzz right now for this show. Everyone's doing their date night on Friday, and it's gonna be at the art show. So can you tell me, what was the planning like? Like, was it hectic? Like, were you stressed or?
Okay, so that's where preparation comes into. When you prepare and work and just put in the work, you don't even have to work when it's time to work.
That's a word. That is a word.
Yes,
She's
that's
preaching.
real. That's real. And so preparation is key, and that's when it comes to reaching out. So the last 6 months in LA, or let me rewind. The last year I've been living in LA, I do all social media sales, which is great. I make money, cool, but I'm not making what I want. I'm not around people. I'm in the house all day. I'm becoming like a cave woman.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what do I do? So I was like, start doing shows and learning how to market at shows and in person. And so I have signed up for a show almost every week in LA. I've done shows I don't want to do. I've done shows with people I hate. I've done shows that aren't even for my art. I've done everything. I will message a head wrap shop and say, hey, can I do a painting for your store pop-up? And they say, yeah, and I do a head wrap painting. And it's been so much work. It's been so much free work, and I've just been putting myself out. But when I decided to throw a show, I literally knew what to do because I've been to 50 shows. And so I just put what I learned from all the shows together, and that's why I say preparation and putting in the work is so important, because now I'm in a position where I can throw a show without having to stress because I've been to so many. And so you also have to do things you don't want to do. I did not want to do any of those shows at all. But I sucked it up and did it, and I've learned so much from all the shows, and that's why this show is coming together so well, because I'm putting the best things from every show I've done into one. And it's perfect. I know how to do the layout. So it's been a lot of work, but it hasn't been stressful because I'm so ahead. So I've been blessed to put in the work. And I'm really proud of myself, because even though this process is easy, I know why it's easy, because I've been putting in so much work. So that's how it happened. I'm
excited. So there's going to be over 30 artists. Are they all local artists?
Well, not everyone's from Winston, Greensboro. We have some people from Charlotte and Raleigh coming, but everyone is in the North Carolina area.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so over 30 artists. So what do you hope that people will gain from this event?
Okay, so we have artists, we have photographers, and we have vendors who do jewelry, food, etc. So originally it was just going to be an art show. And then I was like, how selfish of me when my sister's a photographer, two of my best friends are photographers. So I was like, let's make it a photography art show. But then I was like, no one from Winston who doesn't have a real appreciation for art is going to want to be in a gallery. I started to think about that. So I was like, how do we make it more fun? And I started thinking about the other shows I've been to. And I was like, let's bring some music. And it's not going to be like a party. The music isn't going to be blasting, but I was like, let's bring in some music. Let's bring in some food. People like to eat, So you can just expect to see 30 completely different people who don't know each other kind of working together to make this happen. All the artists are helping me promote. People are helping me promote. I'm promoting, A lot of the artists have met and linked up now before this event and are forming friendships. So this is really just a community event, and it's mostly Black population, which is cool. So this is mostly a Black event. So you can expect to see Black artists and community people working together. So yeah, it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be different too for Winston-Salem. This is gonna be new. So yeah,
definitely new, because I know a lot of people, I was telling you earlier, a lot of students were like, wow, we never had anything like this, where we can get dressed up, right? Because it's semi-formal.
And I wanted to still make it gallery-like, because also people do need to know that you can't come in and touch the art, because when you mix a concept, sometimes people get too lenient. They think they can have kids running around. And it still needs to appreciate the art, because these artists and photographers spend time, doing that, and art is valuable. So I wanted to make it semi-formal, and I was kind of iffy with that too, because I was like, who gets dressed up? And I was like, wait, that's what makes it cool. When's the last time anyone got dressed up and has been to a different type of art show, And it's going to be social. It's not going to be as quiet as a regular gallery would be. So, but it's still going to be respectable, So yeah, I just kind of want to combine a few things.
A good mix of classy and ratchet.
For sure, yeah, and I want everyone to have a good time, but still no, this is an art show.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah.
So why black and white? Like, I was wondering, like, is it some type of theme that you were going for?
Okay, so every show I've ever done, they have a bunch of artists and the art be like purple, red, green, blue, and it's amazing art, but like it doesn't go together. So I was like, how do you make that? And I was like, if you throw a theme on it, that puts artist in a block though, because a photographer can just edit their work to black and white. And then I was like, you know what? Oh well, let's make it as clean as possible. Now I'm being lenient. Some people I already know aren't gonna have black and white art, but I was like, I think it would be so cool for picture purposes and video purposes to have everyone in black and white art. Like, how clean is that gonna be? And so that's kind of where that happened. I don't know if everyone likes it, but that's what we're doing.
No, I love it. I'm thinking about all the Instagram pictures that I can take with my cute outfit and this, you know, the black and white. Like,
and we're gonna have, it's gonna be so many photographers. We're gonna have backdrops. I'm making some black and white centerpieces.
Oh, wow.
So it's gonna be picture ready. I'm getting a Snapchat filter ready. Yes, we're gonna have a whole photo booth set up in a room. I mean, this has been planned out, you know, and it's just gonna be clean because everyone's gonna be in black and white, which I thought would be dope for photo purposes.
Yes.
So, yeah. So it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. And I've actually never been to an event where it was dress up plus a color scheme. Like, you go to the club and they might have all white night, you know, but this is an art show with art that's gonna be black and white and everything. So, it's gonna be different ASAP. So you have to get them, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
make sure you're all there, man, because this is gonna be. This is not you're going out to the club. You know, we've kind of had a lot of violence. I'll say. I don't know if you've heard about it, but like, every party it's been like someone was shooting, or we just had a student pass away.
I know, I saw
at a party, and it's just like, it's crazy. This is something different. This is not your regular club scene, right? This is why I'm loving it.
This is really important to know that you can still do stuff within your community and grow together, you know. So this is different. You're gonna meet people and networking, you know. So, and these are all young entrepreneurs trying to do something with their life. So it's a good scene. It's different, you know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So you guys gotta come out.
Yeah. Yes. I'm excited. So y'all check her out on Instagram. She's amazing pieces. See all of her work, all the celebrities that she's impressed with her work. So yeah, see y'all on Friday. What's the time?
February 2nd, 6:30 to 10 p.m.
Yep. See y'all there.